Let's talk about a heavier topic like life and death. So, yes, it is a really not very comfortable topic, but it is inevitable at the same time. So, recently I've been to a hospital to help my friend to deliver her baby, her second child, and she's opted for a government hospital. And as usual, government hospitals and the entire staff, with their rudeness, arrogance, entitlement, it's like beyond what we can imagine. The way they treat patients, and when I say treat, I'm not talking about the medical treatment. Maybe in some cases you can also say that, but here it is the way they speak, the way they handle things. It is so messed up, like really messed up. Anyway, so coming back, life and death. So, my friend's baby was born. She's all healthy, fine. Though the delivery process was extremely painful, difficult, and it was an emergency. Thankfully, it's not C-section, but still a really critical labor according to what doctors described. She was referred from one government hospital to another bigger government hospital, a lot of things. And during her labor, just before this baby, our baby was born, few minutes before, there was another baby who the mother delivered the baby. And the machine in which they put in the first equipment where they put the baby and clean the baby and cut the cord and all. So they took the baby, I was there, they rushed the baby, and the baby was not crying, the baby was not moving. They were making all the efforts to make the baby cry, but the baby didn't survive. It didn't make it, unfortunately. And it was very heartbreaking, like really heartbreaking for me as a mother. And since we were also my friend was delivering, and her delivery was also one of the emergency critical one. The doctor kind of also gave us few information that we also thought there could be a lot of risk with our baby, but thankfully, as I said, God helped us, and the baby was delivered fine. The baby survived healthy, fine. Anyway, so our baby was put in that same machine, and because it's just 2-3 minutes of difference, that baby was also lying there itself next to our baby. And it was beyond what I can say, a live baby and a dead one. None of the babies are my own biological babies. For me, both are the same. Maybe the other person, I don't know them personally, but two newborns according to me, and one is live, one is dead. And the aspect of life and death is like, sometimes death can be less painful if it is like really old age, or timely peaceful death. But in this kind of scenario where if I lose one of my friend whom I've been with, I've spoken to, I've had fun, laughed, cracked jokes, cried together, had conversations, like, and then if I lose that person, how much it would hurt me, because I've held hands with that person, I've spoken to that person, all these things. And that mother carrying the baby in her womb for 9 months, each and every cell, she is like losing that baby after 9 months, just for during the process of delivery. It was not some complication before the delivery itself. During the delivery, due to certain unfortunate things, the baby could not survive. So this is not like a, we cannot say that it's like one of the death where we will have less pain. No, this is the most painful death. And for me, it has always bothered if something goes wrong with children, like crime against children, or in this case, early death. So it's been on my mind for a few days now, and I'm just thinking about it. And all this is made worse by the people around, the medical staff, including all the attender, like from the cleaning lady to the receptionist to, like, I don't understand their mentality. I know you're all under very high pressure working in a medical sector, I get it, but answer this very logical question. In private medical hospitals, they also go through the same pressure, but I don't see they yelling as much as you do, they getting upset as much as you all do. I'm talking to the government medical staff. They being rude as much as you do, they don't. Why? How are they able to handle the same pressure in a much better way than you all? You all choose to yell, shout in front of everyone, not privately, in front of everyone. You all shout at people, yell at people, call them names. The way you all talk, or are you not ashamed of yourself? Tell me. You are like one of the most highly educated people. For me, education, I thought it is all about making one a better person, giving them better perspective about life. But you all act like morons. You all act like illiterate morons. Those illiterate people, those grandmas and all who are with the patient, they are behaving much better than you all. As I said, I understand the work pressure, but I don't see the same thing in private hospital. Why? Because here there's no accountability. Here there was no one coming to you and questioning about your behavior, right? Anyway, so all this makes people there and the situation much worse. Anyway, after our baby's delivery, my friend's baby's delivery, before the baby died, survived, the next baby, the baby was born, but it didn't cry. The baby didn't cry. So the doctors are suspecting that the brain may not develop. So I'm requesting you all, please consider praying for this third baby, the one that was born after us. Please pray for this third baby. It is a very serious, almost at the verge, at the threshold of life and death. Any moment, the baby can lose the life. Please pray for this third baby. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this experience with you all. I may not have shared each and everything, because everything cannot be put into words. A lot of things are just hidden in me. I don't want to say things that I've seen, things mothers go through during labor. It is beyond imaginable. I have assisted many of them, but I've never been to the delivery ward. It was always the restricted area, only the doctors but this time in this hospital they have allowed me, and like tens or maybe even more, I think 15 mothers giving birth at the same time. And their pain, being one to one, being face to face with their pain. I have also gone through the pain, but when I went through the pain, the state in which we are is different. But when I am not in that pain, and when I see someone else going through same kind of pain, much worse maybe, it makes us realize that every single minute that we should be so thankful to God, should be so thankful to our mothers for bearing that pain. I know just by giving birth, one doesn't, and even the raising part is equally important, but still, especially for you all men, you all husbands, you will have to like treat them like queens. Or I'm telling you, one of the men that I saw, the wife was screaming inside, and right at the door, the screams can be still heard. And the husband is scrolling reels on the phone while the wife is screaming with her first. Like the indifference that people have, I don't understand. And the mother-in-law as usual sitting next to her son, and yeah, this is how it is, it's okay, the usual brainwashing we all have gone through, it's normal. Yes, we all have gone through, but the pain cannot be reduced, no, just because you all have gone through. You as a woman should be ashamed to even say that. The husband should, I'm not saying that that husband should also be in the same pain. I'm saying scrolling reels while you still hear your wife scream says a lot about you as a husband. It is unfortunate that she chose you to marry. She should have never. You are not worthy of a wife or of a child. You should just be mama's boy and sit in your mama's lap. That's all you should do for the rest of your life. You don't deserve to be married. Anyway, I can go on and on about this, but coming back, please pray for the third child that was born. Please consider doing this. Thank you.